Well, hello everyone, this is DearMamaSal, and it is Wednesday morning. It's 14 degrees here in southern British Columbia. And you probably know that's 57 in northern Washington state. I'm on my way to work. I am late. Everybody knows I'm coming in. I must admit my body did not want to get up and go this morning at all, and I was very tempted to take a second day, and I probably would have done except for the fact I'm going to be gone all next week. So I really felt that I needed to go in and get some work done, clear up my desk, make sure that I'm not leaving more than my fair share for my colleagues to do while I'm gone. And the pain of loss will obviously keep coming in waves, and I've just got to, work my way through it. I heard really good news this morning from Ashley, and she said that following a conversation that we had on the broadcast, where I'd said to her, there comes a time when we need to let go and let God. And I had to really dig deep inside myself to tell her that, because I'm very fearful of losing a really good friend and viewer in Ashley, and I really did mean it. From what I gathered, Ashley has done so much, and it wasn't taking a step forward. So the incredible thing was that she told me that she actually lay down with Princess and prayed, and prayed for a sign, I think, more than anything. And the most incredible thing was, suddenly Princess perked up. So started to take an interest in life again. And that is wonderful news. And that is exactly what we hope for. It happened with my father. My father was dying, and as some of you know, it was a case of the drugs they were giving him were going to dissolve his veins. And you get asked as a child, I was an adult obviously, but as a child you get asked, do you want us to keep him on this medication which will totally destroy his veins, or should we take him off, in which case he'll die? I mean, that's the most terrible decision to have to make. And the bottom line is, either way your father's going to die, is really what they're telling you. But they want you to make the decision. You have that right. Well, it was a really difficult decision to make, but I remember actually talking to a minister about it, and mind you, after I'd made the decision, and the decision was that we should take him off the drugs, and let God decide. And then, of course, I second-guessed myself after that, as we all do. It's human nature as well, isn't it? Second-guessed myself whether I had played God in making that decision. And I must admit that I have had a very good friend in this minister, because what he did is he burst out laughing, which was not the reaction I had expected. And he burst out laughing and said, "Do you really think you're that powerful?" And I went, "What?" And he said, "Do you really think you're that powerful? If God wants your father to live, he will live, regardless of what you do." And I went, "Good point." And as I do believe that, I then gave up the guilt trip and just let God decide. And I'm delighted to say that he came off the meds. He came out of intensive care within quite a short time. He went into hospice, and there was an absolute pain in there. And then, quite honestly, we got him home, and he spent his last 3 months at home, surrounded by things he loved. And I think it might have even been 4 months, but he didn't go the way that it looked like he was going to go. So absolutely wonderful. So it was really strange, I'm just so glad that I had actually recorded a video over the weekend that I hadn't put up yet, and that was the one on the hard candy smoke-out palette. And I'm really glad that I had recorded that, because I don't think I could have done a video yesterday that would have been anything but very, very maudlin, I think is the word. And so I just realized that sort of late last night, so I put it up quickly. And yes, I do know that none of you is expecting me to put up videos every day at this time of grieving, but it's difficult to explain. When you put up videos almost every day of your life, it's difficult to explain what it's like if you don't put one up. And I totally understand that I don't have to, that it is a choice that I make. But it's also a choice that I make because I know there are viewers out there that look forward to those videos. It's part of their day. It's part of their life. And it's part of the reason they smile in a day. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I take that quite seriously. It looks like there could be a thunderstorm today. Do you see what a beautiful raincoat I'm wearing? Yeah. Oh well. It's just rain, right? You could say that it's like a stand-up wash of your clothes. I'm hoping I won't have the stand-up wash of my clothes, but anyway. So, I have been absolutely amazed at the support I have received from all of you over the last couple of days, and I thought I'd try and explain what that's meant to me. Yvonne came up last night, and for those of you who don't know, Yvonne is my friend and tenant of many, many years. And Yvonne came up and we were talking about one thing and another. And of course we had a little cry, because we will. And we were talking about the things that have been triggering us during the day. And the things that have been triggering us were the little things. For example, you know, I grabbed myself a sandwich and I didn't quite finish it. Well, you know what used to happen to the end bit of the sandwich if I didn't finish it. Or she was saying that she went to go and do the wash, and she used to keep her private supply of cookies for Bean Bean in a closet that was between her suite and the laundry room. And you know, every day Bean would manipulate her. He would walk so far until he got to the closet, and then he'd stop and look at the closet like, hello, you know what's in there. And she was saying that, you know, she's been walking backwards and forwards, and of course he's not following her like a dog, and how that triggered her. And I was saying, you know, I keep waking up and getting out of bed, and as some of you know, ever since he hasn't been able to jump on the bed and sleep on the bed with me, he has had his own bed at the bottom of my bed. So every time I got up to go to the washroom or whatever, I always disturbed him. I mean, it's not that I moved the bed and not, but you know, he would always raise his head and look at me like, what the f are you up to now? And you know, so I still instinctively get up, and the first thing I do is look at the bottom of my bed, because I used to always say to him, it's okay, you can stay, you know, you don't have to get up. And I haven't yet removed his bed from the bottom of my bed, and I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of days. I've just about removed everything else that's a reminder. So I'm sort of working at it. I think there's still a couple of toys in the living room, and then there's the stuff in the bedroom. So we were having some really good memories there, about just how pathetic he was when he arrived in terms of his physical health. And he was at least 30 pounds underweight, if not more, when I found him. And how you couldn't take him to the doggy park because he would actually dislocate his bones, almost. He had no muscle at all to hold his bones together. So for the first 3 months, we basically had to just feed him up and love him to bits. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was interesting. Anyway, so and yet, even during this time where he couldn't go out to play and do anything, if you took him out to play, he would dislocate bones. He was still jumping 6-foot fences to get out. Go figure. So I spent an awful lot of time trying to find him, and also an awful lot of the time going to the vet, finding out whether he was limping because he was hurt, or whether he just, you know, strained another muscle, sort of thing. So it was just like, it was never ending for the first, I would say, 6 to 8 months. It was a long time. And then it was just suddenly like one day he decided maybe he didn't need to run away. And you really got a sense that the reason that he ran wasn't to run away. He just wanted to explore the neighborhood. But it was really weird. It was like, just like one day a switch switched and he didn't run away anymore. So we had some really good memories, and I know we've got some really great pictures. And that's interesting. We've got a rotating teacher strike going on here. And I've just passed a school where the kids are out, and they're holding sort of placards that you would normally see the teachers holding, except that their placards are no strike. So it looks like the kids are actually protesting the teachers. But I could be wrong. Very interesting. So, good memories. Good memories. So I wonder what the thought for the day would be. I guess it would have to be let go and let God. You know, there are times when we can't fix everything. There are times when we really do need to just, if we have any faith at all, just say, this is beyond me. And pray. I know I did that with Bean. I knew there was no way I could fix him. And so I prayed for a sign that it was time. And I think I've been praying that all along, because I knew that that's what I would need. And you know, I watched him for many months, as you know. I didn't think he'd make it through to the fall. Never mind through fall to winter, and never mind through winter to spring. So I am really happy. Really happy that I had nearly a whole extra year with him. Because the prognosis at the time was that I probably wouldn't. So I am very grateful for that. And I'm sorry I didn't get to take him camping one more time, because he did enjoy that. So, I don't know what your struggle is, emotional, but I'm hoping that somewhere in what has happened to me, you will find some strength. I am amazed how many of you you know, really did comment on the fact that I had exposed myself, my vulnerability, in my grief, and that you got some strength from that, which I found really interesting, and I'm glad. I know it's not easy to watch somebody in pain, but really what I wanted to demonstrate to you is that it is just an emotion, and with enough loving people around you, you can sort of put it aside for a moment. And the broadcast helped me tremendously, because it gave me a chance to be around a lot of people who cared. And then you know, those of you who have written, I really am very, very thankful. Because I'm not very, very thankful that they are now opening up this road that I'm going down. Obviously, it is time to stop using this road because they're doing water main stuff on it. Rats. Wish I'd known that. I did know it. There were plenty of signs and I ignored them because I didn't read them. Silly me. Anyway, never mind. And so, you know, it is about, does all the support make it easier? In some ways, no, but in a lot of ways, yes. In other words, it is good to know that people care that much. And some of the notes were just delightful and made me smile at a time where smiling wasn't what I wanted to do. I still feel a little weird today. When I say weird, I still feel numb to some degree. Actually not numb. I think it would be fair to say I feel a little sick to my stomach. It's like the numb has gone and so has the raw pain. So has the raw pain. And now I feel pretty empty. I was saying to Yvonne last night that in a way the sadness is that I cannot go to the pound and start looking for a new dog. Even though that might sound horrifically soon. It would help me because it would give me something to concentrate on. But there's no sense in doing that as my brother is about to arrive from overseas and I'm about to go and do a trip. So that doesn't make any sense. Oh well. So I'm going to just let go and just do the best I can. And know that I really believe that I did the right thing yesterday to take a mental health day, because I just did not want to be sick for when my brother's here. That would be very selfish. Now, obviously, not much of my house has been tidied or cleaned or whatever, but, you know, so be it. We will make a plan this weekend. Don't laugh, my goal for tonight is to get my dead plants out of my house. For some reason, I've managed to annihilate a lot of plants over the last few weeks. And months. So I'm going to get rid of them. Make room for new ones, right? Alright. Still looks like there could be a storm, so that'll be In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I thank you so much for taking this trip with me. Have a great day. Look after one another. Sending you a big virtual hug in exchange for all the wonderful virtual hugs I received. Have a good day. Dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.